Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Something Suddenly Came Up, a retro review. As always, we are going to be covering all things 60s, 70s, and 80s pop culture, all the fun stuff, none of the serious stuff. I'm Leanne, and this is my big sis, also known as the Groovy Granny. And Groovy Granny, tell the folks at home what we're chatting about today.
Well, today we thought we'd dive back into TV a little bit, but in the drama area. So
Okay?
that can include a lot of things within drama. It
It
can
really
include,
does.
you know, um, what can it include? It can include like
Hospital
doctor
shows,
shows.
cop shows,
Yes.
anything.
Nighttime soaps.
Yeah, yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not off to a good start.
It could include anything. You just left that open-ended for the folks at home. What could it include? Put insert if
Yes.
here.
Fill in the blank, please, for me.
Oh my gosh.
But I do
So
have some written down that will help me
I
stay
do as
on
well.
target.
I do as well. And this time, each one, I kind of put the dates down. I won't say I did a deep dive, but I have a little more info this time because I hate it when I'm like, what year did it start?
I do that the
But
whole
yeah,
time, but
no, it happens. It happens. All right, so what's your number five?
well, my number 5 is a show that I almost forgot about until I mentioned it in one of our other videos the other day, and I can't remember in what context I remembered it, but I watched this show pretty faithfully, and it was Remington Steele.
Oh yeah, with Pierce
It had
Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan and Stephanie
Hmm.
Zimbalist,
Yeah.
and she was a female detective, but she
Hmm.
was finding she wasn't getting any business because
Right.
she was a female detective.
Right.
So she decides to hire this actor to be Remington Steele, which is what she names her
Yeah.
agency.
Right.
And so it there's a lot of comedy a little bit in with the drama. I kind of like when that happens, that
I
there's a
do
little bit
too.
of
Little tongue-in-cheek kind of jokes
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
But I feel like, and tell me if I'm wrong, that she said it was called, the agency was Remington Steele, that he was her boss. But didn't Pierce Brosnan show up out of nowhere saying he was Remington Steele? I mean, did he know he was acting? I mean, I think she
Remember
knew.
that part. I thought he
I
was
think I
an
just made that
actor
up.
that she
Oh,
hired,
okay.
but I
So she
could be
hired him.
terribly wrong.
Okay, no, you're probably right, but I don't know why. I feel like there was a little thing about his identity, like we didn't really know his real identity to some
That
extent. I
could
could be
be.
wrong.
I admit I have not rewatched this one since my original airing of it.
Yeah, I
I don't
haven't
even
either.
know if it's streaming anywhere,
I
but
I don't know. The thing I remember liking about it though, yeah, that concept that, she's the brains behind it is cool.
yes,
And
definitely.
and that was definitely, I feel like, our first glimpse of Pierce Brosnan, who's so popular after
Yeah,
that.
he was very young and gorgeous at that
Yeah,
time, and I
yeah,
always really, really liked Stephanie Zimbalist as an
yeah,
actor.
yeah.
She seemed to fall off
She was
after
on
that.
she was on some mini series, of course. I'm sure she was on the Love Boat.
She played a blind girl on the Love Boat.
That's right. That's
That was a
right.
really
She
good one.
sure did.
Yeah,
Sure did.
yeah, that
Oh
was a really good one, and
yeah.
I'm trying to
That
remember
was a
who
good
the love
one. Who did
interest
they
was
match
on
her
that.
up with? I can picture it though. Wow.
She was
Yeah.
always a very pretty girl and a very good actress, I thought.
Someone
But
at
that
one point.
was I can't remember. I'm sorry, Lee,
No,
if I
you go
talk over
ahead.
you. I didn't
Go.
mean to.
No, that's okay.
Um, I'm not sure what came first, Moonlighting or Remington Steele, but I
I
think
wouldn't say that.
Moonlighting came.
Oh, do you think so? Okay.
I'm not sure, but it was whichever one came first. It started the whole sexual tension
Hmm.
type shows between
Hmm.
the two main characters
Yes.
because
Yeah.
the same thing happened on Moonlighting
Right.
and probably a few others if I'd really try to think about it hard. But Remington Steele was definitely
For
sort of
sure.
modeled after that same
Yeah, we always were like, will they kiss? Won't they? Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. That was definitely a thing. Or they would try to bring a love interest in for the person. We're like, no, no, we want to
Yes.
that person. Yeah,
Yes.
for
They
sure.
wanted to keep you coming back other
Yeah,
than just
for the
their
action
cases
series.
that they solve each week.
Right, right. Yeah, for sure. The 80s definitely had a big arc of detective stories for sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
and
that.
lots
Yeah.
of well, Heart to Heart. Now they were married, but they
Mhm.
were, you know,
That's on
husband and
my
wife.
list. I have to tell
Oh,
you,
I'm
I just want to
sorry.
say it. No, that's
I'm
okay.
sorry,
It's on
Lee.
my list. No, don't be. Because I loved about it is we had two very well-known kind of I thought they were high quality actors. So we've got Robert
Classic
Wagner,
actor.
Stephanie
Yeah.
Powers, and they really the only bad thing about the show is they give you a very false sense of what marriage should look like. But other than that, they were like darling, and they had tons of money. And Stephanie Powers could do no wrong. It was always darling this and darling that, right?
Yes.
But they were, yeah, husband and wife detectives with a load of money and just
Is that your number
very
5?
my number two.
Oh,
I
your
liked,
number 2.
yeah,
Whoops.
because no, it really just stood out for me. I remember, and they were like, and their hobby, or what is it? Their passion is murder.
Yeah. What was the
They
name
were,
of their funny butler?
oh, Max, and he's played by
Matt.
Lionel Stander. And then they have a
Yes.
little mop of a dog called Freeway, because that's where they found him.
Freeway. I was trying to think of the dog as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But a very glitzy, glamorous show, but with some good storylines.
It
And
was
those
like a
two had
combo of
chemistry.
yes, they did. It was like a combo of Remington Steele and Dynasty
Yeah,
with the
mixed.
opulence.
Yeah, but I think the interesting part was that they were a married couple. And instead of
Yes.
making it look like ho hum boring, it was like these two were all about each other, right? They were
Yeah.
very into each other. So
Yes.
I liked that. Heart to heart. Jonathan and Jennifer Hart. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Yes. I'm
But there.
sorry I blew your
No,
high
I
up
think
one
that
there.
happens to us. And that's why I always like to mention it rather than you waiting till I get there and I rehash it all that we just said. So no, I love that.
Well,
Um,
what's your number 5?
well, my number five probably should be number one in terms of popularity, but for me, because I like I like what I like, but was Miami Vice. So
Oh,
that aired from 1984 to 1989. But what a total phenomenon, right? It
quintessential
sparked
80s.
Oh, it sparked style. I mean, that pastel shirt with the suit jacket. I mean,
No
Don
sock.
Johnson, yes, the no socks with the loafers and the pants with the pleat down the front. I mean, Don Johnson had been around for a while by then, but that show launched Don
It
Johnson's
really did.
popularity, right? And
Yes.
Philip Michael Thomas. And even the soundtrack, it had Phil Collins and lots of Glenn Frey music.
Hmm.
Everything about it. A ton of famous guest stars. We had Melanie Griffith, who was married to Don Johnson at the time. Jimmy Smits, who was big himself for what was it,
I loved
NYPD
him.
Blue?
He was on NYPD Blue and
Yeah.
LA Law.
Yes, that's it, LA Law. And Liam Neeson, Julia Roberts was on, and an
Mm.
80s icon in my mind is Sheena Easton. She was very famous
Oh,
at the time,
wow.
remember?
Huh.
And she played one of Don Johnson's love interests, but you're really rooting for her because they made it seem like those two might like really get together. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't want to say
Did
what
she
happened
sing
to
on
her.
the show?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
she did.
She
Okay.
did on those episodes. I'm pretty sure that she did sing now that I think about it. But she's so cute. Remember how cute she
It's
was?
adorable.
But anyway, this show swept America. I mean, oh my gosh, so stylized. Everything you might think about Miami. Beautiful people, glitzy. They show the beach, the theme song even with all the cuts of
Hmm.
the beach. And like I said, the guest stars, but I remember everything had Miami Vice. I was in middle school, junior high then. All of us had our folders were Miami Vice on the front. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Everything. It was just such
that's
a,
so funny.
oh my
That
gosh.
folders kind of took the place of the lunch boxes, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess so. Yeah. We
Yeah.
also had Trapper Keepers, but I don't
Oh,
think
that's
they had
right.
Miami Vice Trapper Keepers. So if we needed like a science folder, I can picture it with Crockett and Tubbs on the front. But what just like what a just specific stylish show. And very
Yes.
pretty gritty for the time. They
Very
had
the subject matter
oh
was
my
pretty raw. Yeah.
gosh. Yeah, lots of
Yeah.
lots of illicit dealings. And
Drug
unlike,
trafficking.
yeah, and unlike Starsky and Hutch, where there was a little bit tongue in cheek, even though that was a serious show,
Yeah.
um, Crockett and Tubbs had a nice bond, but they didn't have that comedic kind of vibe. I don't feel
Yeah.
like Miami Vice, they're good-natured, little ribbing here and there, but I didn't feel that like undercurrent of good humor, that's for sure. It was a
Yeah.
serious show. It was
Yeah.
very much a serious show, and they dealt with a lot of really serious issues. Um, but such, like I said, really an 80s part of the culture,
Oh,
Miami,
yeah, for sure.
right? Such a
Would you
popular
believe I
show.
never saw it?
You never
I've
saw
never
it really.
seen it must have been
I
on against something else.
I don't remember seeing it because I loved it. I just remember it was such a thing that people tuned in
Right.
for it. And
Right.
also, even though we did have cable by that point, we still mostly watched the network shows. And there's three networks.
True.
Fox had come in by then. But
Was
yeah,
pretty new to the table,
yeah,
still
I'm
at
pretty
that
sure it would
time.
have been. Yeah,
Or
yeah,
it would be more basic cable. So they
yeah.
didn't have a lot of the off channels like really producing big TV shows yet.
No, no.
It was like either reruns or the shopping
Right.
channel or MTV kind of thing.
Well, and no real reality TV then. I think by
Right.
then we may have had on MTV, they had a few game shows, not that that's reality TV. And I'm trying to think when they first did, gosh, now the name is escaping me. Everybody's
Real world.
shouting. Thank you, Real World. I don't
Yeah.
know what year that was. I think that might have been late 80s, but there just
Yeah,
wasn't,
maybe.
they played videos in MTV back
Yeah, they actually played videos. Woo, concept.
Yeah, can you imagine? And Don Johnson, I believe, sang a song.
He did. He had a hit song. I
Yeah,
don't remember what
Heartbeat.
year.
Heartbeat. It's in the
That would have
80s. Yeah, I
had
would
a pretty good
not want to
voice.
sing it.
I mean, I don't know if he was, edited
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I think a decent voice,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
what a phenomenon. Just like the whole show, everything about it, so
definitely.
stylish and stylized. But that's my number five, Miami Vice, 1984 to 1989.
Okay. Well, my number four is Fame.
Oh gosh, I loved Fame.
I watched that show pretty religiously. It
Oh, I
starred
forgot
Debbie
about Fame.
Allen, who was the dance teacher. It's about the New York School of the Arts.
Yeah,
So a lot of kids, especially the lower income kids, would try very hard to get in there so that they could get out of the public school system, which
right.
was a little bit at
Yeah,
that time.
yeah, yeah.
And it came from a movie. Originally,
Hmm.
Fame was a movie. Debbie Allen was also in that, but had a very tiny part, actually.
Hmm.
It was
Hmm.
memorable, but tiny at the same time. And
Hmm.
a few of the characters came over, the original actors, and
Right.
then some of the characters were replaced with different actors, like Irene Cara, who played one of the the girls that sang.
And
She
she
did not
sang the
come over.
theme song for
She
Fame. If
did.
you hear the song, that's Irene Cara.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her name was the character was Coco,
Yeah, they have a
and
different lady
had
playing her,
another
I think.
girl come in and play
Hmm.
her.
Hmm.
But I'm thinking Doris, the character of Doris, also was replaced, and I think Montgomery was also replaced. If anybody's seen the movie Fame,
The guy that
I
I
just
think he plays the piano, I think his name is Bruno. He's
Bruno did
from the
come.
movie. Yeah, he
He
came
did
over from
come.
the movie. I
Yeah,
liked
and
that kid
Leroy, of
Danny.
course.
Leroy, yeah. Yeah. I liked
Mhm.
that kid Danny. I don't remember if he came from the
He was
movie
a
or not.
character they added
I think
later.
they added him
Yeah.
later too. Yeah. Somebody who's I think is the 80s staple that they added in later is that Billy Huffsey. Do you
Oh,
remember
yes.
that? He would
Yes, I
show up. He was
do.
on Days of Our Lives. He played Emilio, if you're a Days of Our Lives person, but he was very much handsome guy, muscular guy. He had that quintessential like curly mullet at the time.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Cynthia Gibb or
Yeah.
Gibbs, I can't remember. I thought she was so cute. And she was started
She
off on
was
Search
so
for
cute.
Tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, and they also added, Janet Jackson at
Oh,
one
that's
point.
right.
They
That's
also
right.
added Jimmy Osmond at one
Oh
point. That was a
God.
little later on in the series.
Oh,
And
I
then,
don't remember
my
that.
favorite was Nia Peoples. They
Oh,
added
she's
Nia
cute.
Peoples.
And that Jesse
Such a good
Borrego.
dancer. Oh my goodness, what a good
Yes.
dancer.
They
And the
paired
character of Jesse, I can't remember who played him.
Jesse
Also,
Borrego. I'm not
yes,
going to roll my R's correctly, but it's Borrego. B-O, no, seriously, when he says it, he
yeah,
says it great. Borrego, but very talented. Those are
very
two
talented.
people that I feel like should have gone on to do a million things.
I felt like they definitely should have continued in the
Mhm.
dance world. I mean,
Yeah.
Mia Peoples was so good.
And what
She did
chemistry
get
those two
on.
had together.
Oh my gosh, tremendous. That was one of the couples that you would always be pulling
Yeah.
for.
Yes, for
Um,
sure. For sure.
but
Meet
yeah, some of the
people. So
characters
cute.
came and went,
Hmm.
um, but
And
it
boy,
was
I
sorry,
liked it because they just addressed like every issue, eating disorders. I mean, things that come with fame, of course. And if you know the show, Debbie Allen says, you got big dreams, you want fame. Here's where you what pay for it or work for it and sweat.
in sweat, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so
That's
true about
yeah,
dance for
it is
sure,
true. Oh my gosh, yeah.
There
But what
was
a
there
cool
was an
show.
one of my favorite episodes, and it's not favorite because it was a fun episode. It was a very
Right.
serious episode. The girl who played Elizabeth from Eight is Enough
Oh yes.
came on as a dancer who was an amazing dancer, and she really was a good dancer. I had no idea
I
she
don't know
could
that.
dance.
Yeah.
And it turned out she had multiple
Oh
sclerosis, they
gosh.
found out. And she knew that her dance career was going to be over. And it was a very, very telling story about what that disease will do to you. And
Right.
it was very sad, very sad. She ended up leaving the school and, you know, wasn't able to dance anymore.
I like that they covered those issues, and also I liked he's like got a thick accent. I think he's a music teacher. He may have come over from the movie. Do you know who he
Yeah,
is?
he was original.
Glasses, yeah,
Mr.
beard.
He was the instrument
I feel like
teacher.
he
The
has a,
music.
like a German accent or something, right? It's like an
Oh my
accent. I could be
gosh.
wrong.
Not Mr. Schweitzer.
It
I
is an
feel like
S name. It's an
I feel
S
like it's
name.
SW even,
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
do too. I do too.
Ah,
Someone at home
ah.
is shouting at us right now with the answer. Good.
And in the movie, Ann Mira plays the English teacher,
Oh,
but
nice.
she's different in the TV show. She's
Okay.
someone else who I'm not sure who it was.
And Mira, if you know from our 1970s reviews, her and her husband, Stiller and Mira, they were always on the Carol Burnett show.
Yeah, and produced
They're-
Ben Stiller.
yeah, they sure did. They sure did. That's right. Yes, they did. Oh, that's a great choice. That is a
Yeah,
really great
I
choice.
used to look forward to that every week because I
Yeah.
enjoyed watching dance even back then.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh. I forgot about Jessie and Nia Peoples. What's her character's
What was
name?
her character? I couldn't think
Because
of her
he's
character's name.
Jessie in real life and on the show. But what was her name?
Yes,
But they were so cute together. Oh
they
my
were
gosh.
adorable
And so
together.
talented, both of them. Oh my gosh. Shout
Yes.
out to both of them, by the way.
Hey,
Um,
come visit us.
yes, exactly. I would love to pick their brains about that show. What a fun show. Oh my gosh. And
Many
what, like you
peoples
said,
go
kind of
on
a
to be.
groundbreaking show.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I said what a groundbreaking show. There really wasn't
Yes.
anything like it.
I feel like Nia Peoples might have been on Walker, Texas Ranger later.
Oh, yeah, maybe so. You
Am I
might be
remembering
right.
that right?
I'm not sure. I didn't see that show like too much, but
I
I
didn't
wouldn't
either,
be
but
surprised.
I remembered being like, "Oh, she's on that
Yeah.
show." Hmm.
She's so
We'll
cute
have
and
to look
talented.
into that.
Yeah, for sure. My number four, although a drama, had a lot of good-natured comedy in it. And when I tell you the premise, you're going to be like, oh my, okay. So this show only lasted 2 years, but when I was a kid, I loved this show and I really tuned in for it. It's do you know like some of the shows would say at the end, it's a guy, he pulls the paper out of his old-fashioned typewriter and it zips up and goes away. And it's
Even
called
Jay Cannell.
yes, all his shows ended with that. So this show was called Riptide, and it had Joe
Oh,
Penny, who, if you guys saw him, he was on a lot of mini series back in the
yeah.
day. He's a real handsome guy.
I can
Um,
picture him totally.
Perry King, who's from Lords
Oh.
of Flatbush, way back, Henry
Mhm.
Winkler, and yeah, that I saw in the theater accidentally because Mom and Liz thought I was asleep. But anyway, and later it had a guy who was kind of an 80s hunk called Ken Olant. And he was also in the movie Leprechaun with Jennifer Aniston. It's like a horror movie, but anyway. And then this fella called Tom Bray. And so here's the premise is that these guys are sort of like surf bums or beach bums, but they start up a detective agency. Two of them are ex Vietnam vets. And then
Hmm.
this was an 80s staple, you guys, an 80s, I want to say, archetype. They had a nerdy computer loving friend who helped them.
Oh, so an
So, yeah.
introduction of computers into
Yes. So
things.
there's Nick and Cody, and then Murray Basinski, who they call Boz. And so I'm
Oh,
not confused with our Boz, but anyway, that's a different decade. But, it was just fun, and they solved crimes, and there was, hopping in their boat and going after bad guys, lots of fighting. And then Murray always had like a little robot and different, kind of silly things, but it
so
was
is
fun.
hence the name Riptide? It was on the water
It was
somewhere?
on the water, and it was the name of their boat, the Riptide.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then they had this crusty old police commissioner or captain or whatever that was always, they would solve the crimes before him, which he wasn't real happy about.
But
But
were they getting paid by someone to solve the
yeah,
crime?
yeah, because they're
Okay.
detectives. Yeah,
They're a hired detective
yeah.
agency type thing.
hmm
Oh,
hmm
okay.
But it
I
was
never
fun,
saw that.
very adventurous, and very much something like the whole family could sit down and watch because it was a little, had its silly moments, but it was
Yeah.
fun. It was fun.
Early, mid, or late 80s?
84 to 86.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, it was fun. Short-lived, I
Oh,
guess, but fun. But like I said, if you guys saw Joe Penny, you would be like,
I
"Oh, we
know
know
who,
Joe
I
Penny." I think
definitely
I
know
accidentally called him Joe Perry. Joe Perry's the guitarist for Aerosmith. Joe
Aerosmith.
Penny and Perry King. I morphed them into man. Those two together, that'd be something. They're
Let's see
both
that.
pretty hunky. If I morphed them together, I don't
Yeah.
know what we do.
Joe Penny was on something else that I did watch, and I can't
I'm
remember what
sure
it
of
is.
it. He was on, oh gosh, I feel like he I feel like he played a mafia boss in a miniseries, and I feel like he was menacing poor Melissa Gilbert, but I could be
Oh,
wrong.
word.
That was like a
Shame on
little,
him.
it was like, I
Laura
know.
Ingalls, come
Yeah, I
on.
know. I know. But anyway, one of my favorite shows, and technically a drama, but a lot of
Okay.
fun to it. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the 80s had a lot of that where there was a
Yes.
little bit of humor mixed in
Right. Right.
with things,
And I
which
think that's what we liked about it, right? It
yes,
was like real life. There's stuff, but then you got to see the funny side to it too.
right,
But that
right.
was such an 80s formula though, to have the nerdy friend who's a brainiac, right?
Yes,
That was like in the
yes,
movies and
yes.
but yeah, Boz.
Interesting.
Yep. So Riptide. Check it out,
Got
you guys. I don't know where you'd watch it. Maybe it's on somewhere. I like Tubi. Tubi sometimes has a rare gem. You know the channel
yeah,
Tubi?
yeah.
So yeah, they sometimes have a gem like that.
That's what we love those channels
I do,
for, to
I
get some of
know.
that old stuff
I
pumping
love
back
it.
in.
I
I do
love it. And
too.
shout out to Joe Penny wherever you are, sir.
Yeah, Joe. Spain, Joe.
Exactly.
If you're still alive, those are the things I encounter now at my age, you
Yeah,
know?
God bless you. We hope you are. Yeah. He's probably at the gym right now, like,
It's
shut
like,
up,
hey,
you
I'm
two. I'm
fine.
kicking, I'm doing my thing. Yeah. Oh,
Well, my
God.
number three might just totally fit who I am these days, but I still pretty readily watch this
Oh,
on
okay.
reruns. And that is Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, I love Murder, She Wrote. I didn't include it, but I love Murder, She Wrote. In fact, you know what? I didn't love it as a kid, but at this age I am now, I'm like, this makes sense. I love it. I love
Okay,
it.
so it's rather predictable, like you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure out probably who the murderer is or whatever. But Angela Lansbury can make anything amazing.
She can. And she's so
She is
invested.
she is invested. She just plays everything so well. Her reactions are great. You've got to admire her because I think she was probably in her 50s, probably moving into her 60s at that time.
Just a
And
child, really. Now that I'm 55, I'm like, she's just a child.
I know I always compare myself to people's ages
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Aunt B, and I think, okay, I'm looking better than Aunt B.
When you know the ages of the Golden Girls, and you're like, ladies.
I
Anyway,
know. I know. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. But Angela Lansbury, I mean, she has such a long history of acting. I mean, she goes way, way back in the movies. And the funny thing about her is, even when you look way, way back, she always looked a little bit older than she
she
was
did. She did. You're right.
until it like came to when she was like old, and then you're like, oh my god, she's
She looks
94,
great.
like,
Yeah.
she's still doing
Mhm.
Broadway.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
she just in the last year or so passed away, I think, or
I think
last
so
couple of
too.
years,
I
but
think
she
so
lived
too.
well into her 90s. But so the premise of the show was, she lives in a little town called Cabot Cove,
Hmm.
and she was a mystery writer. She
Yeah.
had been an English teacher. Her husband had passed away, and she was
Mhm.
kind of trying to fill her time. And she wrote a mystery, and it
Yeah.
became a bestseller. And then she became a regular novelist.
Yeah.
And so coincidentally, I wouldn't want to be anywhere around her in real life, because a murder would always happen within her
Exactly.
vicinity.
It's true. And Mr. Cunningham, Tom Bosley was the town
Yes.
sheriff, right? But
Yes.
yeah, murder always happened that she had to have the common sense to solve, and everybody thought they could outwit the cops, but they didn't count on
Yes.
her. She
And
always
then after, so Sheriff Tupper, who was played by Tom Bosley, was on for
Mhm.
like the first 5 seasons.
Mhm.
And then I can't think that Ron Mazak or something like that took over the sheriff job.
Okay.
And he had a totally different mannerism than Sheriff Tupper did, who
Yeah.
was a little bit clueless. She always had to help him solve
Hmm.
whatever murders happened in the town,
Hmm.
which were more than should have been in a little
Yeah.
place called Cabot Cove. But
It's a very, very New England vibe. New England
yes,
accents, very
yes,
New England. And lots of guest stars, right? Also lots of people that you'd
yes.
be like, felt like Love Boat a little bit with this guest star roster.
Yes. One
But
of my
very
favorite
interesting.
episodes is when um, a bunch of developers are trying to come in and develop the area, and
Uh-huh.
everybody in the town is very upset,
Yeah.
and someone gets murdered in the development situation.
Yeah. You know how it
And
goes in development. Kidding. No, it's just like everything, whatever your game is there, somebody's gonna get murdered.
yes. And so Sheriff Tupper had decided to retire. He didn't really. It was quite early on in
Mhm.
the series. And John Aston, who played Gomez
Yeah,
on
girl, we
the
know.
Addams Family, he was taking over as sheriff, and he was a semi-regular for a couple of seasons. And Parker Stevenson was also on it. He was like a travel writer who was writing about what was happening with the development. But
Okay.
anyway, to shorten it up a little bit, it turns out John Aston was the murderer.
Yeah.
And Jessica figures it out.
Yeah. They always almost get away with it, but she
Yes,
always figures it out. She'll see
yes.
some little
There'll,
detail.
there'll be a little twist at the last minute that she's
Mhm.
like, oh my gosh, I have to tell Amos. Amos
Yes,
Tupper.
exactly.
Gotta
Exactly.
get to Amos.
She'll notice some loose thread on your jacket sleeve or something.
Yes, something,
But
some clue.
I remember she would always be in like a little jogging suit and jog through. She jogged. She always
She
had a
also
morning
rode a
jog.
bike all the
Yeah, and
time,
rode a bike. Yes.
because she didn't
Yes.
drive. She did not drive.
Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, in
Yes.
Cabot's Cove, you probably didn't really need to. It's pretty small, despite the
Yeah.
amount of murders per square
Yeah.
inch.
Yeah. I wouldn't wanna ride an Uber there, that's for sure. Lord knows what would happen.
Oh, what a good show, though. And I will say there was a trend in the 80s, and I think we saw this with Golden Girls and with different things, that a trend toward empowering the midlife to older woman,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Right? And I think that's kind
Yeah.
of cool. There was no like, she wasn't searching for words. She wasn't like, they didn't brush her under the rug.
No.
They tried to a little. Like there'd be moments where she's like, no, trust me, Sheriff, this is the truth, the
Yeah.
truth. But
Yeah.
I know. I love that. I love that. It has a little bit of a vibe like a Hallmark movie. It has the quaint surrounding. It
True.
has, the new baker has come in town to take over the bake shop, but it's a little more hardcore. There's some murders happening.
One of the things I really liked is there was a group of women who were semi-regulars who would all be at the beauty shop,
Yes.
and they would be discussing things in the town, and it
Yeah.
was all old actresses. Like
Oh,
Yvonne DiCarlo
so
was one of
neat.
them. Oh, of course I can't remember any of their other names, but they were actresses from the
Oh,
past.
cool. Oh, that's
Yeah.
real neat. I love that. That's neat.
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch it some more, but I definitely came across it the other day and I was like, I feel like I'm the right age for this show now. I feel like I'm the perfect age for this show. I
It's
love
one
it.
of those shows that even though it's about murder, it's not
Oh, yeah, it's very,
upsetting
yeah.
kind of thing.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
just one of those comfort shows that you can just have on in the background
Yeah.
and feel.
It's more the who done it aspect. There's no gory murders. I mean, there's murders, but there's nothing gory. It's more the who done it. It's got a little
Yes,
Agatha Christie to it.
very much modeled after, I think,
Yeah,
Agatha
I would
Christie
say
for
so.
sure.
The writing, everything
Yeah,
about it. Yeah, the being
yeah.
a writer. Yeah. I love that. That's a great pick. Um, my number three aired from 1988 to 1991.
Ooh, that's a long one.
And
Oh, no,
not
88.
not too long, but I thought it was so good. It was I feel like we saw a lot of military kind of shows. We saw MASH, but this was the first one that really addressed Vietnam. And it's called China Beach.
Oh, I
And it
loved
had
China
Dana
Beach.
Delaney. It was very, oh my gosh, it was just it was set in Da Nang. They make it sound like it's something fun, but there was a hospital there um, for the guys, and I'm really not going to do it justice. It really centered around Dana Delaney's a nurse in the army. It
Mm,
centers around the medical aspect of it, but then I thought there were just these moments where there's a lady, and I'm going to look at her name because I don't know if I've seen her in anything else again, but her name is Nan Woods. And she is this sweet little blonde, and she goes over as a volunteer with the Red Cross. And she runs across Jeff Kober, who he's been out there a long time. He's seen some things. And there's just this moment where they show this dichotomy of um, her innocence and naivete versus what the
mm.
war's done to him.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it just is a very moving show. They have their funny, camaraderie too. There's some very graphic things as well. Not graphic by today's standards because it was a
Right.
network show. But I think it paid honor and homage to, the Vietnam vets. And I know even
Absolutely.
after they got canceled, it's one of the few shows that they were able to wrap up. And then later they did a reunion show where they went to the Vietnam Memorial in DC.
That.
So
I didn't
in
realize it was that short of a
Yeah,
show.
I looked it up to be on the safe side. I
Hmm.
saw 88 to 91, but
That
Dana,
really surprises me.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, double check, but 88
That's
to
another one
91.
that I watched at the time, but I've not watched
Yeah,
since.
I don't know that I could rewatch it,
It could be
honestly.
the subject matter. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not a
yeah.
comfort show by any
But
stretch.
I just
But
remember
Dana
being
Delaney's so good.
so good. And this girl, Nan Woods, I don't know what else she's been in, but she just plays this character. She's just there to help, and she's so innocent about, life. And like I said, Jeff Kober's so good. There's a movie on now, a TV show called The Pit. It's a hospital show. And
Yeah, I've
he
seen
showed up the age he is now, and I was like, he's on China Beach. That's Jeff Kober. But he was so powerful in his character on China Beach that really it sticks with you. He just did
Yeah.
such a good job. And Marg Helgenberger.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
Um,
wasn't she in that?
yes, yes. And just different people you would recognize if you saw them. Robert Picardo played a doctor. If you saw him, you'd be like, oh yeah, he was on a lot of things in the 80s. Michael Boatman, but just really a very gripping show. You came away, it stayed with you for a few days for sure, if not
Did,
longer.
did. I
but
think maybe
quality
that's why it
acting.
didn't have as much longevity, is that it
It could
was
be.
very serious, which that's what that war was. That's what all war is,
And you know
but
what? I think it's the first time we took a look at it. I mean, consequently, during that time arc, we had a Platoon and movies like that. But, and what's the other one? There's a couple that it was
Deer
like a trend
Hunter.
at that time. Yeah. But really, I think it's the first time, we were starting to take a look at Vietnam and really honor, like I said, those men and women. I mean, honestly, oh my gosh. But it was such a good show, such good writing. And yeah, my number three, China Beach. And shout out Nan Woods. You did a great job.
That's a great pick. That's a great
Yeah.
pick. I have to admit, I forgot that one, and that is one I watched pretty religiously.
Yeah. I was young,
But
but I
what's
remember being
interesting,
moved by it.
I don't have any episodes in my brain
I just
of
remember
it.
that scene where she sees Jeff Coburn, like as she's in this neatly little pressed, she's got this cute little bumped up blonde, she's got these ginormous blue eyes and her little pressed Red Cross uniform.
Yeah.
And she comes up
Uh-huh.
against him and he's coming out of the woods and he's just like dirt and just, I don't know, I can't say it. It's more his demeanor. But their
Yeah.
age is probably the same.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, it's just very interesting. But that stood
Difficult
out.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, you're number two.
My number two is Dynasty.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I watched Dynasty pretty religiously. I don't know the exact amount of years it was on. I watched it all the way up through Moldavia. Do you remember that?
I don't, but I remember some people got killed and it was a cliffhanger, right? About who was
Yes.
killed off.
It makes you think almost everyone got killed, because
Yeah, it sure
basically
does.
it was, and I can't remember what her character was, but Catherine Oxenberg, who turned
Oh,
out to be one of Alexis's
Amanda,
daughters,
Amanda
Amanda.
Carrington.
Thank you. Thank you.
And y'all,
She was
Catherine
marrying
Oxenberg
the
was a
prince.
pretty big deal right then. And isn't she
Yes.
related to English royalty in real life?
Yes, she
Okay.
is.
Sorry, go on with your story.
And she married the Prince of Moldavia, or
Yeah.
I think it was Moldavia.
Yeah.
And it was at their wedding, and some bad people come in and just do machine guns on
Yeah.
everyone, and
Yeah.
everyone's there, Blake and Crystal, and
Everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
so but then it turns out there was one death and all that, and it was someone like the limo driver or something. I mean, it was, I can't remember exactly,
We're
so
gonna
don't.
miss Tommy, but he's unnamed limo driver.
And I was kind of like, okay,
And
what's
don't put
on and
Moldavia,
now?
yeah, on the map or anything. Don't worry about where Moldavia is.
But during the great years, I felt
Oh,
it was a really great nighttime soap. I mean, when Joan Collins walks through those courtroom doors, you just knew the show was going to make a turn for the better. Like the first season, I liked the first season. It had some very serious moments. I felt like the character of Blake Carrington was not as nice a guy as he became later, for sure.
mhm, mhm,
There was some touchy subjects handled in that first season in
mhm.
particular, and that cliffhanger was, kind of like yipes. That was like, you were like, okay, this isn't too good. But I felt like they changed his character for the better, where he loved his family always, but on his terms.
Right. And he
And
seems to
that,
be a bit ruthless to run an empire. There's
yes,
that too.
yes, yes,
You cannot beat Joan Collins. She walks into any room and she just takes it over. And she can go anywhere. Doesn't matter what the temperature is, but she'll have a fur muff on her
yes.
arm or something. She
And
just has
perfect
some
makeup.
perfect makeup. She
Even when
wakes
she
up
and
with it
Crystal were
perfect.
fighting in the pond,
Yes.
she
Yes.
still looked perfect.
Yeah. Hair probably came out dry.
Yeah.
She is just, and she's still stunning.
In her 90s.
She's like OG. She is like, I like Linda Evans very much. I think she is very pretty. I think she was good in acting in this part. But
Yes.
Joan Collins, she would just she would like eat up the screen with her energy.
She would just
And she
monopolize
will
the screen.
slap a fool. You say the wrong thing to that poor Dexter.
Oh, I
He got
loved him though.
slapped so many times, also known as Dimitri on All My Children.
Yes.
She slapped him all the time. I'm not advocating violence, but back in those days, if a man got fresh, you got slapped across the cheek, and Joan Collins would slap a fool.
Yes. Yes.
But Nolan Miller designed
Oh,
these extravagant outfits. Dynasty, like if we think Miami Vice had a style, Dynasty has a style.
it was
Everybody,
opulence to the
oh,
max.
from Joan Collins down to Sammy Joe, which is our girl Heather Locklear,
Yes.
everybody in between. If they were in a magazine, you bought it, you were like, oh my gosh, what are they wearing? I
Yes.
mean, Catherine Oxenberg, Emma Sams. So start off with Pamela Sue Martin playing Fallon, and then they brought
Yes.
in Emma Sams. And Emma Sams has her own, she's British, although not playing British as Fallon, obviously.
Right.
She has her own kind of like um way about her that it's just stylish, that show.
Yeah, I thought
Stylish.
Pamela Sue Martin gave a little bit more depth to the
Yeah,
character
for
than Emma
sure.
Sam's.
For sure. Emma Sams came in that time where it was a lot of flash and glitz.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I never felt that Pamela Sue Martin was quite as glamorous as
Oh
all the
no,
other
yeah.
women on the show.
Yes. Yes.
Um, it had some great storylines,
It
and
did.
obviously the knocking heads of Crystal and Alexis.
Alexis. Yeah,
Wow, I almost
Alexis.
said it wrong.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, we hear
Um,
Alexa so much nowadays. Oh my gosh.
I mean, that was most of the storylines would come back to that at some point,
And talk about just a fabulous cast. And Pamela Bellwood, you don't see her too much anymore, but she was
No.
quite good. Um,
Bo
uh,
Hopkins was in that as a cad, as he always
always a
is.
cat, Mo Hopkins. He's probably the nicest church going man in real life,
I
but he's
know,
always
poor
a cat.
guy.
Um, and I think it's appropriate to mention this, but our beloved Rock Hudson from movie
Yes.
fame, he was on Dynasty, and that's really the first taste as children that we got of the AIDS epidemic that was impending and on the
He was
horizon there.
very frail
God bless
at the
him,
as
everybody. Yeah, he was so frail, and it just really opened up everybody's eyes about that epidemic. And just,
and to
yeah, to
really
see
show
him.
the fear that was going on at the time about AIDS and not really knowing how it was spread,
Right, right.
or they thought they knew, and they,
Yeah, yeah,
and so Rock Hudson didn't tell anyone that he
right.
had it. And
Mhm.
he was in, kissing scenes with Linda Evans.
Uh-huh.
And I saw an interview with Aaron Spelling saying when the news came out, and he died shortly
Yeah,
thereafter.
yeah.
They were very worried for Linda Evans, but as it turned out, that was not
Not
how
an
it was
issue, but at the
transmitted at
time,
all.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
think
but they thought
they
so.
didn't know, yeah. And I think the fear too was that we were all used to robust Rock Hudson, and to see him come
Yes,
on screen.
it was
And
so
God rest
terrifying.
his soul. He was just so thin and gaunt.
He
And
literally just withered away.
yeah, God bless him though. But it just really stands out for me as far as Dynasty goes. It was just such a part of that revelatory stretch where we were figuring out
Yes.
what is this? What's it about? And Rock Hudson really was the face of that for us young, seeing, oh my gosh, this is a terrible disease. But
Yes.
um, but so many, my original point was so many stars on that show, and everybody a heavy hitter, like personality wise and
Yes.
style wise, and yeah,
And
oh my
they
gosh.
actually did a pretty good job of spreading the wealth of storyline to people,
Yeah.
I
They
felt like.
did. They
They
did,
were
for
they
sure.
were smart about picking people who were popular at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time
yeah,
with the
yeah.
public, but I felt like they did spread it around pretty well to the main characters that were in the opening
Right.
sequence,
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fabulous
But
opening
let's
sequence. Yeah.
not forget
Yeah, let's not.
my hunk of all hunks, Mr. John James, who played Jeff Colby.
Yeah,
I know
he would just come up in all of our mentions, by the way.
I
But
mentioned him in the
yeah,
Battle of the Network Stars
yeah,
video because he was so amazing on
guys, I
there.
don't know what to say except tune in. Go on, go on YouTube. Trust us on it. Come back and
Boy.
comment. We'll wait. Go.
Woo-wee.
And of course, Heather Locklear. Now, she was
Yes.
later on TJ Hooker. She was on different things, but this was her breakout role, right? I
Yes.
mean, you can
This
easily
is a
say
girl
that.
who had two major television roles at one time.
Yeah,
That tells
yeah,
you what a
yeah.
big deal she
And
was.
TJ Hooker gang, if you're like, what is that about? That's the guy's name. So he's TJ and his last name's Hooker.
Yes.
He's a cop played by William Shatner. And then
Yes.
one of the cops that works with him is Heather Locklear, plays Stacy. And then Adrian Zemed, who you may or may not remember from Grease too, is
Don't
also
forget
in.
about Moondoggie.
And yeah, yeah. Oh, and Moondoggie, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. James Darren, not to be
Yes.
confused with Bobby Darren, who was married
Yes.
to Gidget, but James Darren, who played Moondoggie, different story.
Aaron, who was also very,
Very
very,
handsome
very
and
handsome.
like ageless, right?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
for sure.
But
But
anyway,
as Sammy Joe,
yeah,
she was really good. She
he
was
was
a little
good.
bit despicable, especially when she
Mhm.
first came
Yep.
on. But then, like they often do, they softened her a bit, and
Right.
you really pulled for her character.
Yes. Yes.
People wanted to see her in storylines. She was very
Yeah.
popular at that time.
Yeah. She's so cute too at the time. Oh my gosh, big
So
time.
adorable. I
But
hate to
what?
think of what's kind of happened to her in
Yeah.
her older
I'm
age.
pulling for her. I'm always
I
pulling
am
for
too,
her.
always, always
Yeah.
pulling for her.
She's so cute. Oh my
I
gosh.
used to love those Bally fitness
Oh yeah.
commercials she was in. She was
Yes.
so adorable.
She was. And also, she had that big resurgence when she was on Melrose Place. That was
Yes,
such a popular
yes.
show. That was a little later. Well, wow, she was good on that.
He
She got to
definitely
play a
picked
little.
that show up and ran with
She
it.
did. She did.
Not sure that show would have lasted without her. Because again, didn't she come
Agreed.
in after like season 1 or 2?
She did. She came in later. I think she did.
Yeah,
I think she did have the show pick up steam once she came on. Yeah, I think you're
yeah.
absolutely right. My number two is Heart to Heart. So we've mentioned
Did you
Heart to
get to
Heart.
say everything you wanted to
I
about that
did,
one?
yeah. We mentioned
Okay.
Lionel Stander, who's so cute as Max, Freeway the dog, and like I said, just their unending like obsession with each other. And I
I
thought it
have
was
to say
refreshing.
also, I don't know what Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers eat and drink. But again, they are still alive
They are
in their 90s. And I
quite
saw a picture of Stephanie
quite with
Powers. I'm
it.
like,
Yeah. I know. I
wait a
know.
minute.
I know. I know.
Something's not right here.
I know. I don't know either. Because when you think about it, I'm pointing to a movie poster I have back here. I'll show it another day. But and look, this is like 6 degrees of Bobby Darin today. But anyway, it's a poster from a movie called If a Man Answers. It has
Love that
Sandra
one.
Dee and Bobby Darin, and Miss Stephanie Powers is like kind of the bad girl that tries to get Bobby
Yes.
Darin and she's got dark hair then. But so that was like 1960,
Yes.
and
She's
this
had a
woman
long
is still
career.
looking great.
Yes. It's
Oh my
amazing.
gosh.
It's amazing. The people that I think there's a fountain of youth somewhere. We just haven't found it
Yeah,
yet.
yes. But those two, I really just like their chemistry together too. They have to be great friends in real life because they had the cutest chemistry on that show.
They
And she's
did.
another one that Miss Stephanie Powers, she got to wear the one shoulder gown. She and her husband were rich. They were always going to some event. She had like
Yes.
the thick blowout going. So
I never
pretty.
know quite how to feel about Robert Wagner
I
these days and the
know.
controversy with him and
I
the death of
know.
Natalie Wood.
I know.
But, I don't know. You
Yeah,
just kind of,
yeah. We can only go
yep.
by what we grew up seeing. I don't know the man, but I know that Jonathan Hart is a great guy.
Yes, there you go. I like that way of putting it for
Yes,
sure.
Jonathan Hart and Jennifer Hart, a great couple, and I love it,
Yes.
even though their
Yes.
obsession is murder. How the beginning goes. Oh
Remember
man.
their little opening where they're
Yes,
like
they're
driving their
both
car?
driving and like what are they people? Are they
Yes.
gags? There's some like they're like on the coast in Malibu driving next to each
Yeah.
other in expensive cars. And they're like, but their obsession is murder. Anyway,
But refresh me, how did they get into murder?
I don't really
Because it
know.
wasn't their normal.
Art industries or enterprises, I don't have doesn't
Yeah.
have anything to do with murder, so I don't know. Someone at home, let us know how did they
Yeah.
get into
Help
solving
us out here
murders.
because I've
Now,
forgotten.
I think we're supposed to believe that things just happen around them and then they help solve it. I think that could
Oh,
be it. I
you
don't
mean
think,
they've been to the Jessica Fletcher School
yes,
of
I don't recall them having like, heart investigations. I could be wrong, gang, but I'm just
maybe they
remembering
started it
it's been a
later?
long time ago. So, but
Is that
anyway,
what you've rewatched?
I haven't. I
I
actually
haven't
haven't.
either.
I just remember loving it. I remember that opening with them in the two cars so much.
Yeah, I'm wondering with the controversy of Robert Wagner if they rerun that.
I think it's probably out there because all the other
I would
movies
think
that he's in,
so.
I've never seen them not
That'd
out
be unfair to
before.
Stephanie Powers. She didn't do anything.
Right. Especially since nobody knows for sure. I mean, at
True.
that
I
point,
mean,
there's
if
no.
after all these years they haven't nailed it on him, then
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
just have to just kind of let it
Yeah.
lie, I guess.
Yeah. It's a
But
strange happening. Who will know? I
that's
guess
a good choice, though. I like that choice.
it's a
So
good
before
one.
I give my number one, I must make a disclaimer.
Okay. Okay.
So this would be my number two because my number one would have been Dallas.
Okay.
But I've spoken about Dallas already because it was actually in my top five of all
All
time
time.
TV
Yeah.
shows. So I've
Yeah.
already spoken about it.
Mhm.
I didn't want to do that again. So my number one is Moonlighting.
With a
And
little,
talk about how much I love John James. That is how much I love, and then some, Mr. Bruce
me
Willis.
too, girl. Me too.
He
That
was,
launched him, you guys. If now you
yes,
like Die Hard, all these things, which Die Hard was right around that time, by the way, that show launched Mr. Bruce Willis.
yes, it did. And he was charming and sexy and adorable and
Funny. Funny.
funny and just made that show. And I also love Sybil Shepherd. I
I do
don't think
too.
Sybil Shepherd is the finest actress in the world.
Yeah,
I
no.
think she was very good in that role.
Right.
I felt a little bit, so maybe she's a better actress than I think. Excuse me, Sybil, if this isn't really you. But I felt like she perhaps kind of was Maddie Hayes in
I
real
think
life,
so too,
you
right?
know?
Because Maddie Hayes is a model. And
Yes, that
Sybil
was her
Shepherd
main
started in
career.
modeling. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
And
So
she was absolutely beautiful. Oh
hmm
my goodness.
She was beautiful on Moonlighting, honestly. She
Yes,
was
she
quite
was.
beautiful on that show.
Yes, yes.
And
So the
just,
premise of the show, if anybody doesn't know what Moonlighting is Maddie Hayes was a model on the show,
hmm
and her accountants absconded with all her money. And
hmm
what she was left with were a few businesses that were her loss businesses to help keep her taxes. She had to have a few businesses that suffered losses.
hmm
And one of them was Blue Moon Detective Agency, run by Mr. Bruce Willis, right?
Right.
Am I having
Which,
this right?
am I wrong? Wasn't it at first called City of Angels Detective? And then
Yes.
she changed it to Blue Moon because she's the Blue Moon shampoo girl.
Yes, you are correct. You are
hmm
absolutely correct. And Bruce Willis, I don't think it's that he wasn't a good detective. He was just footloose and fancy free.
hmm
He just was living by the seat of his pants. If they got some business, he was going to take it.
He
But
may come in on time, he may
yeah,
not.
he was all about having a good time. And he employed quite a few people, and they were all about his enjoyment of having a good time as well. And their receptionist was Agnes DePesto.
Love her.
I love her. She was so fun. She answered the phone every time with a rhyme,
That's
like some
right.
sort of
That's
new
right.
rhyme.
She has like a kind of, in a way, like a childlike innocence about her, Mr. Pesto, I feel
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And what is her name in real life? I can't think
I
of
want
it.
to say, I think it's Alice Beasley.
Alice Beasley. You are correct. You are
Mm-hmm.
correct. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so Maddie decides that because she's got to have some money, she's going to go try to make a real business out of this. And she does rename it the Blue Moon Detective Agency. And so it's about her and David's banter.
Oh,
That show was all about their banter.
mm-hmm.
And it does get on your nerves a little bit when they begin to overdo it, but it really kind of made the
Not
show.
mine.
I mean, it really
Yeah.
made the show. Like they did it very well together. Like they fed off each other perfectly.
I think really he kind of stole the show in a way. I don't know if they
He did.
saw that about to happen, but then they really did capitalize on it. There's tell that maybe they didn't always get along so great behind the scenes, but on screen it worked. It worked like magic.
Well, when you hear Sybil Shepherd interviewed about the show, she was chosen like they had her in mind from the very beginning, and they were auditioning who was going to play David. And
Mhm.
she said she saw a lot of people. It was getting really crazy. And then this is how she put it, the last guy that walks in, she was like, like that. Like she's like, she immediately felt, he's a great little
Chemistry or
guy.
something. Yeah.
And then the chemistry was just there from day one. I think what happened and the rumors started that they weren't getting along was about season 4. She became pregnant in real
That's
life,
right.
and
That's
she
right.
became pregnant with twins.
Yeah.
So hiding this pregnancy, they didn't know what to do with the storyline. I mean,
Yeah.
at that point, she and David were just still in the sexual tension
Hmm. Hmm.
relationship with each
Hmm.
other. And
Hmm.
so they had to put that on, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
quickness,
Yeah.
speed that
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's a scene that is one of my favorite scenes, though. They always played Motown music all
Yeah.
through this show, which I
Yeah.
love too. And
Hmm.
they played that "Be My Baby, Be My Little
Yeah.
Baby."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's when they first decide they're like fighting, and then it kind of turns
And
into
it's a long kiss.
it
It
is a
goes
long.
on forever. Yeah.
And bless her heart, she is a little bit pregnant during this in real life. So she's kind of like wrapped up in a sheet and they're kind of real,
Yeah.
but it's such a, I just love that scene. I remember
It
at the
is a
time
good
being like,
scene. Yeah.
oh, this is so romantic,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you just
Yeah.
loved him so much.
Yeah.
And so
It's a
she
great
had to
show.
leave the show for quite a while.
Hmm.
And they had another actress, Brooke Adams, who I actually really liked her.
From Lace, from the miniseries Lace.
Yes. Oh, I love that miniseries too,
It's
by the
so
way.
good.
But
Bess
um,
Armstrong, Miss Phoebe Cates. Sorry, go ahead.
Phoebe Cates, pretty in that.
Hmm.
But I really liked what was happening with her and
Yeah.
Bruce in it.
Yeah.
They kind of held it together a little bit, but I felt like when Maddie came back, they blew it. They
Yeah.
blew it because they brought her back with that little guy she met on the train, and he asked her to I was just like, you guys
Yeah.
screwed it up.
Yeah, they did. They
I
did.
didn't like that. And then the baby died. So she's like, 7 or 8 months pregnant, they're showing her, like she's
Yeah.
really far along when she comes back. She's had her children, but this is when she comes back on the show. They have her, it seems like she must be 7 or 8 months pregnant,
Mm.
but then she loses the baby. And then
Hmm.
they try to go back in season 5, they try to go back to the normal moonlighting.
Oh God.
You
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
that at all?
I don't. I remember it got bad. And
Yeah.
yeah, but you're right. I do also remember her being pregnant in real life and they always had a big purse being held like here and
Yes.
like a
And I
loose
think that
dress.
created a lot of tension and fear for the rest of the
Yeah.
cast because they
Yeah.
didn't know what was
What's
going to
gonna happen
happen.
next?
Are
We're
we going to get
riding on
through
her.
this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what a good
And
show.
It was such a good show. Speaking of Dana Delaney, one of my favorite episodes is when
Mhm.
she comes and she's David's former love interest.
Yep.
It's such a good episode. I'm not
She's
going to tell
so
you
cute
about it.
too. Wasn't Mark Harmon on as Sybil's
Yes.
boyfriend or love interest? He was the, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
was she was upset because she was trying to figure out whose baby it was because she
yeah.
was with Mark Harmon at the same time her and David then had this encounter
Hmm.
and she didn't know whose baby it was.
Right. That's it. That's it.
And that she was having to choose about what she was going to do.
That's it. Okay. I was like, there's
What
something
a
with Mark
great
Harmon.
choice. Mark Harmon or
Okay.
Bruce Willis. Yipes.
It's a real toss up there. I don't know what
Yeah.
to say.
Hmm.
It's a
I would choose
win-win.
Bruce.
It's a
Always choose
win-win.
Bruce. I love Mark Harmon. He's gorgeous,
Yeah,
but
no,
I
I
would
know.
choose
I
Bruce.
know.
No
That's,
question
yeah,
about it.
you're right.
And I
Same.
just have to
Same.
quickly say what is happening to him is absolutely
I
heartbreaking.
know. God bless him. He's such a great family, though. Wow, right?
He
Seems like
does.
everybody's stepping up to,
Even Demi Moore, who
I
hasn't been his
know.
wife for quite some time. I think maybe he remembers her as his wife,
Could
and he
be.
doesn't remember his current wife,
Could be.
which is a very sad situation, but
Yeah.
they seem to be handling it well.
Yeah.
I know his illness is going to move fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of those fast movers.
Oh, he's the
And
best, though. I think of the movie Die Hard. I just love that movie. It's like such a classic.
no, I never felt like his movie career, other than Die Hard,
Mhm.
was very successful, though. You
Not in
know,
the same way. Yeah,
I
he
don't think
appeared in a
he made
lot of things.
choices.
You what?
He might have made a lot of money, but I don't think he made great role choices.
Right. Beyond that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're
Yeah.
right. I think you're right.
So what's your
Well,
number one, girly?
my number one is one I remember watching on Saturday evening with mom.
Oh,
Now, this guy is one of mom's favorites. He played for the Rams and then became an actor. And this show came on at the 10 o'clock slot after all the comedies were done. That's my recollection anyway. And it's called Hunter. It has Fred
oh,
Dreyer and
yes.
Stephanie Kramer, and it's got that great cop formula. Hunter, he plays by his own rules. They get him a new partner, and she's this adorable Stephanie Kramer with her. At the time, it was popular, gang, the big perm, the bigger lashes. And of course, she's running in heels and a purse and a gun. But it was just a great formulaic show. They had the formula down just right.
Yeah.
Hunter doesn't play by the rules, but at the same time, he's this intensely good guy, and big Fred Dreyer with little Stephanie Kramer, and they played off of each other so well. It was just a great formula. It was such a good show. Just your
Refresh
standard.
my memory. I
Sure.
watched a little bit of Hunter. Was Stephanie Kramer his partner?
Yeah, Dee Dee
Okay.
McCall. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's Rick Hunter. She's Dee Dee McCall. Yep.
And did he have his own agency or did he work for a
No,
police
they're
force?
cops. They're
Okay,
cops.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought. That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
They're cops for sure. And then it was on from 84 to 91.
Wow, good longevity.
And there's only one season at the very end without Stephanie Kramer. I don't know why she left, but this lady came on named Darla Ann Flugel. And Darla Ann Flugel, I'm sorry, girl, but no,
Oh,
no.
Darla.
But she had little shoes to fill, but they were big shoes. Stephanie
Yeah.
Kramer probably should feet this big, but you get what I mean. She's a
Yes.
big package in a little small lady. But so, I mean, I think by then it was probably a little bit hard to sell. But Hunter and Dee Dee are another couple that you were always like, come on and get together. I remember mom was always like, you
Yes.
need to
That's
get
one of those
together.
sexual tension
And
ones.
I
Again,
remember, I'm going to tread really lightly because I don't know how the things will feel about this if we say certain words, but Dee Dee gets
oh.
violated,
Oh
and
no.
Manhunter goes after this guy,
Good.
as well it should be. But I remember that really struck me as a kid, that episode. I remember it really struck me as a kid. I was like, yeah, it was very not graphic, but you knew what happened.
Yeah.
And man, Hunter went for this guy.
I do. I think I watched like at least a few seasons of that. But
Yeah.
again, I've not gone to rewatch
That's one
that.
I
Have
feel
you?
like I could rewatch and
That
enjoy.
one
And
is, I think that one's on
I think so too.
somewhere.
That
I
was a
think I've
good
seen
show,
that.
right? Good plots, good
Yes.
stories. They had a lot
Yes.
of different good guest stars coming in and out, good
And Fred
acting,
Dryer was very charismatic, I thought.
so charismatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a guy that
Yeah.
had a huge career with the Rams.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Please
But mom
forgive
thought
me
he
for
was
looking at my
cute.
phone.
You what?
Please forgive me for looking at my phone, but my
Yeah, no,
little
that's okay.
grandson's baseball game is going on and they are winning 20-5.
Oh wow. Oh, that's great. That's real great. Wow.
That's a slammer, I think.
Yeah, that's a slammer there. But anyway, Hunter on every level, I like it. I love the formula of
Yes.
Hunter. I like that mom liked it, and I like and it's one I feel like it was so stand up to run that long. Obviously, it was a good show.
Absolutely, because
But
that started to get harder, the length of time that shows would
yeah,
go, I think, don't you?
yeah, for sure. For
Especially in the
sure.
80s with all those cop shows, and
Yeah.
particularly man women partner cop shows
Yeah,
were
that's
definitely
true.
the thing, you
That's
know?
true, for sure, for sure. I saw that the two of them now, Fred Dryer and Stephanie Kramer, they were eating their Wheaties too because I just saw on Instagram they were at like a show signing
Oh,
autographs or something.
yeah.
I'm like, these two look good. I'm
What did
like,
they do?
I don't know.
Was she Botoxed or
No,
did
she
she look
looks good.
natural?
They both just look good.
Give
Yeah,
us your secret, girl.
I know. All that running in the heels, that'll do.
Yeah, really.
That'll keep you healthy.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe we need to like
With a
join the
purse with
police
a
force.
long shoulder strap, which is the least
She didn't even
practical.
do a crossbody.
I don't
I'd
think
be bouncing it
so.
down my arm.
Oh, what a good show.
Oh
But
my
I
word.
think with the cop shows, especially in the 80s, they handled some heavy hitting subject matter and they had to
Yes.
handle it. Nowadays, man, you can kind of say or do anything on cable and with the shows we've seen, but they had to handle it kind of diplomatically, still let you know what was going on, and still the
See, I
actors had to emote what was
don't you
happening.
prefer that though?
Yeah.
Like you know what's going on.
Oh, I
You
knew
don't
as a
have
kid what
to
was going on.
show it.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
have to I don't that
Hmm.
is just to me, I don't know. That's just so unnecessary. Everybody understands what's happening.
Right.
Do not take it past that,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish we could go back to that, but I don't think we ever will.
Yeah.
I
And
have a couple honorable
okay.
mentions.
Okay.
Um, First of all, I think I have to mention Hill Street Blues.
Oh, yeah, that was so
Hill
popular.
Street Blues was so big. I watched it
Oh,
definitely for the
wow.
first couple of seasons.
Yeah.
It was a very true to life, I think, cop show.
Oh my
You
God, the
know, the
theme song makes me a little sad inside. There's something about it,
yes.
right? Oh, yeah, yeah. I
And when
listened
he
to it
would say,
young.
"Be careful out there," that was like that was,
Hmm.
and Veronica Hamel was on it. She
Yeah,
played, I
quite
think, the
pretty.
prosecutor,
Hmm.
didn't she?
Yeah.
She was so pretty, and Daniel
She's so
J.
pretty.
Javante was a really great
Hmm.
actor, and they had a lot of fun, quirky characters on there
They
too, like little
did.
Bruce Whites.
Yes, yes,
What
that's
was the
right.
he wasn't Zombie, he had, like, a funny nickname.
And he
Oh,
always had a little stocking cap on, like a little,
yes,
right? Like a little
yes,
fisherman's cap on.
yes,
And
and
then there's
Jimmy
a guy, a
Smits was
redhead. Can't think of his name in real life, but you remember the
yeah.
redheaded guy? Yeah.
I had it. Oh,
This is,
Haid. Haid
yes,
is the last name.
Charles.
Charles Haid?
Charles.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
We
And
still
Big
got
Betty
it.
Thomas, she was,
Yeah.
like, a very
Eddie
I don't know if she
Thomas, a
played
tough cookie.
basketball at
Yeah.
some point or what,
Hmm.
but that was a really good show, and
Great
then
ensemble
also
cast. They like a
oh my
taxi
lord,
level cast, but not in the comedic way, right? That
yes.
kind of talent. Yeah.
Lots of Emmys won for that
Yeah.
show,
Oh my gosh.
for
Oh my
sure.
gosh.
And then I wanted to bring up what I thought was a fun, quirky show, particularly the first 2 seasons. I would laugh out loud with this show. Like it was a drama, but there were some very funny parts. And that was The Greatest American Hero.
Oh, Robert Culp. I love Robert Culp. I
Yes.
have since I was a
Robert
little girl and saw him in
yes.
things. He is Now it's starring William Catt, of course, and
Yeah.
Connie Selica, another beauty like Veronica Hamill with that
Yes.
dark hair and those blue eyes. She was married to Buck Rogers, Gil Gerard's
Yes. What a
wife.
couple. Oh my
Yeah, can you
word.
imagine? Man.
Then she got divorced him and married John Tesh, right?
Oh yeah, I think she did. I think you're
I think
right.
she did. Yeah.
Interesting. You're right. Um, but I just remember Robert Culp was on it, and he later was on Everybody Loves Raymond as Deborah's father.
Oh,
But
really?
on Raymond, he played it kind of like I'm the nice guy. But usually when you see Robert Culp, not that he's not a nice guy, but he is a smart aleck. He
A
is the right.
very big smart aleck.
Yes, and he was
And
so
he
good in
had
there.
such an interesting way of delivering his lines. Like
Yes.
different inflections and accents on words
Yeah,
that
and there'd be a
you
little breath in
yes,
with the
yes.
delivery. Ah, yeah. But I'm
Yeah,
not
like
doing it,
he'd be
but there
like,
was like a
"I
little,
was going to do that, but I thought,"
I
like
decided
that
not to.
kind of
No, and don't let us fool you. It's not Shatner acting. God bless you, Mr. Shatner. But it's not crummy, like overacting. It's just he
yeah,
delivers it different.
very
Oh my
differently.
gosh. I definitely had a little crush on him when I was a little girl. I just like some about Robert Culp.
Yeah,
Just like him.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
had a little crush on William Catt, but back when he played in the movie Carrie,
Oh God, he's such a
he was
jerk in that movie.
no, he didn't turn out to be a
Well,
jerk.
that's true. That's
Yes,
true.
he was a
That's
jerk
true.
at first with that
Yeah.
crowd that he hung
They
out
set
with,
him
but
up to set her up,
yes, yes.
but cute.
But,
He's cute.
that show was so fun and such a
Oh,
quirky
that is a
theme where
good
he
show.
he and Robert Culp are, like, somehow drawn to this
They play off each other so
UFO
well.
yes, and William Catt learning to try to use this suit because he's lost the directions.
Yes,
I
he's a superhero, but not
yes,
willingly
but
a
he has to
superhero.
put the
Yeah,
suit on that the aliens gave him for
that's
the
right.
stuff to work,
That's
but
right.
he lost the directions, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I need the directions."
Oh my gosh, that is a
It was
good
a fun
show.
show.
What a great show. I love
And then,
that
of
one.
course, I also watched Knots Landing.
Oh
The
yeah,
reason Knots
girl.
Landing didn't fall in my top was because I really only watched that through about season 5, and that
Mhm.
sucker went on a long time. That
It
I
did.
think it was on 14 years.
Yeah.
Longer
Oh
than
gosh.
Dallas even. Yeah.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I just, I lost
Excuse me.
interest after a certain
That
period,
had a
but
lot of, excuse me. That had a lot of stars like Alec Baldwin, Lisa Hartman, who's so cute. She had
yes.
that cute little shortcut.
Well, she
Remember that
started out as
short one?
CG Dunn, and she
Yeah.
had, like, a longer she was like
Yeah.
a singer. She's
Hmm.
an excellent singer, by the way.
She
And
really
then
is.
they killed her off, and everybody got really, really upset and mad, and they brought her back as someone
Yeah.
else.
She was very much in that Heather like group of ladies, right?
Yes.
Heather
Yeah.
Thomas, Heather Locklear, her they were very Nicolette Sheridan kind of bumped up into that
Yes, she
group,
was
I
on
think.
that show as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. That
You
those
know
some
what,
had
wanna
really
know
good.
something interesting about,
Hmm.
Lisa Hartman? Is
Hmm.
she started on a Bewitched, um,
Spin-off.
spinoff. She was
Yeah.
Tabitha,
Yeah, she
and if
sure
you
was.
it had been a long time because I liked that show at first, it didn't
Mhm.
last very long.
Mm-mm.
When you look back at her, you realize she got a nose
She
job.
sure did. She had a
She
thicker
did.
bridge to her
She had a
nose. Yeah.
wider nose.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Always cute though. So just
Yes,
her
always
preference, of course.
adorable.
That's okay.
Always adorable.
But yeah, oh my gosh, that's a great show.
Do you have any honorables?
I don't because honestly, I was trying to kind of not that saying the nighttime soaps is bad, but I was kind of keeping it in my back pocket for a deeper dive later.
Oh, okay.
But Dynasty 100% would have been at the top because
Yeah,
like we said to each other, beyond the scripts and the acting was just the style of the show so over the top. But
very
an
much.
honorable mention is our mom really liked Falcon Crest.
Oh, see, I never watched that one. Did you at all
That
with her?
was that was another one. Jane Wyman, who's very famous from the
Yeah,
90s. Lorenzo Lamas. It had Christian Alfonso from Days of Our Lives was on a real brief little time. Gosh, what's his name? Robert Foxworth. A lot of people that if you guys saw them, you'd be like,
yeah.
oh. Anna Alicia was a girl on
Oh
there that was
yeah.
very famous. She kind of looked a little like Kristen from Dallas. She had that look to her a little bit, that Mary
Yeah.
Cosby-ish look. But yeah, that was a very popular soap at the time for sure. A nighttime
It's in,
soap. And
yeah,
also Homes Valley.
it had some longevity too, I think. I never watched that one
Yeah,
though.
it's about the wine business.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
very, very cutthroat apparently. But
I
yeah,
could
Jane
never
Wyman was
watch
the
Anna
head.
Alicia without thinking of her in, was it Halloween 2 or Halloween 3 where she got those needles in her eyes
Yeah, oh God.
from the bad guy? I
Oh
was like,
God.
I can't even look
I
at her
can't see
anymore.
her again. Oh my gosh. But what a fun time in the way. The 80s, I think there was, a lot of drama certainly on those shows, but like we said, a little bit of like a camaraderie between the characters and a little bit of lightheartedness too, I think, as
And the
well.
opulence is interesting because it was the Reagan years when it
Yeah.
was a great, well, I shouldn't say anything like that, but I felt it was a great time. It was, I think people,
Everything was bigger and better.
everything
The
was
hair, the
bigger and
makeup. We
better.
had blush like,
Monetarily, I don't feel like people were suffering as much as they
yeah,
have in other decades.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, and the TV shows reflected
Reflected
that
that a
for
hundred
sure.
percent, a hundred
Yeah.
percent. Even everything from the soaps with the very rich, lavish characters,
Yeah.
but even the living on the boat and things were easy. And you're like, I have a detective
Right.
agency out of my boat.
That's
It's just
exactly
like
right.
there's just a
Yeah.
vibe like things are good. We can do what we want. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And even Dee Dee McCall like going after those bad guys, full face of makeup, hair bigger than ever. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
the makeup and hair in the 80s, s I it's overdone, but in a way, it was also very
It was
pretty.
stylish. It was
Yeah,
stylish at the time. You
it's
didn't
like
have,
the face was a canvas for
Mhm.
this, just like the bodies were with the beautiful clothes.
Yeah, it was stylish at the time.
And you had
Remember,
to have a perm to achieve those
you
hairstyles.
kind of did. You kind of did. But remember, we would get, this might be for another day, but the hairstyle guides, they would sell them in the magazine section. And on the front would be like Emma Sam's from Dynasty, and she would have a big perm.
They were
Wow.
magazines of hairstyles, you're right.
Yes,
Totally
yes,
right, and the salons used to have them.
yes.
Now they
And
don't want you to look at those.
always Lisa Hartman was in there because when she was
Yes,
on Knots Landing, she had several funky little
she
cuts
did.
that were
She
very
definitely
popular
did.
at the time. But yeah,
Yes,
but that was something. And so the style was big in the 80s. I
it
mean,
was. I always wanted Donna Mills' hair.
oh,
I
she's
thought
cute
Donna Mills
hair.
was so pretty,
Yeah.
and her face was definitely
Oh
a
my
canvas
gosh, she's
that you
still
could make up.
perfection. She's still
She's
like
another one,
perfection.
85 years old, and she still looks terrific.
Yeah, she's perfection for sure. She still has those big, beautiful eyes. Like, oh my
Yes,
gosh,
yes.
whatever. Yeah, I don't know what these gals are doing either.
I don't either. Dang it.
It's funny. The first time I remember seeing Donna Mills, and we're going down a different road, but she was in that movie Play Misty for me. And
Yes,
she's got a little shag cut.
she
And her
does.
blonde is a little more of like a ashy kind of,
Yes,
yeah.
that
But she's,
frosted look.
yes, that cute little, and it's cute on her. She's cute.
It is,
She just can't
you
help it. She's
can't
pretty.
make her ugly. You
Yeah, I
just can't.
can't. You really cannot. All right. Well, this was fun. You guys, as always, your top five dramas, or if something we said resonated with you and you have a memory come through, let us know in the comments. But we want to hear your top five 80s dramas. Tell us
Yes.
all about it. We're leaving
Please.
it. Tell us all about it. And again, if there's anything we've forgotten, or if you're like, the Hearts did have a detective agency, come on, you guys, let us
Yeah.
know because we're remembering, we're remembering from way back as well. But we want to hear your top five. Name them in the comments and any little tidbits or trivia that you remember. And also, as always, subscribe, like, comment, tell a friend, have them subscribe. And on top of that, tell us what you'd like to see us chat about down the road.
Or even if you're enjoying our channel, share it with your friends. Share our
Yeah.
channel with your
Yeah.
friends. That would help us so much. Let's try to remember that 80s opulence and
Yes,
spread the wealth.
exactly. Exactly. Next time we should just have like shoulder pads and big
We're
hair.
going to wear shoulder pads. I'm
Yeah,
going to get a perm and
yeah,
have my hair out to
yeah.
here.
I have like kind of broad shoulders to start with. And I remember in the 80s, I had a shirt that had shoulder pads. And then it was real popular to have a blazer with the cuffs rolled up. I had double shoulder pads and these shoulders. And I remember I went to school looking like a linebacker, but no one blinked because everybody else did too.
I had some beautiful blazers that I wore to work, and I would get them from Casual Corner.
Oh,
Anybody
girl,
remember
yeah.
that?
Yeah, as mentioned in a previous video.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, it was good times. It was bigger and better times in many
yes, for
ways.
sure, for sure.
All right, well, Groovy Granny, as always, it's been a pleasure. And
Yes.
everybody, will see you next time. And thanks for watching. Peace.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.